Hello, everyone. Guess where I am today? Say hi in chat, and I'm not fashionably late. Well, I'm like 30 seconds late. I was just chatting to them. Hi, Ellie. Hi, Rebstein. Well, sort of a new place, not New York City. I'm not running on pint time. Let's go for a pint. They're talking about your perceived tardiness here. Yes, it is a ping pong table. I'm not in Cuba, Jeff. I'm not in Kazakhstan. I'm not in SOAS or Yerevan. Hey, Cyber. Hey, Katie. I have been to Scotland. I don't think we pop over to Scotland. We go up to Scotland from England here, I think, Dot. I'm not in Joe's shed. I'm in More or Courtesies HQ. It is a WeWork. And look, it is very earlynaughties.com here. Look, people are really playing ping pong. They really do that. There's no kind of like indoor slides to go down to the next floor. Or once I had a meeting, oh God, I remember this time I had to go to this kind of trendy.com place about 10 years ago, and we had to have a meeting, and they said, let's do, yes, actually, we like shapes. I'm going to come back to that. We had to have a meeting in a ball pit, like a child's ball pit. They thought this was a place for de-stressing, and we had to have a meeting there. And I refused to actually go in to the meeting in the ball pit. I sort of sat gingerly at the side and just immediately didn't want to work with any of these people. We Like Shapes says, has anyone bought a puppy in? Yes, they have. And this will be very much, can you hear me okay? This will be very much a topic of conversation in our quiz on Monday, Can You Beat, when we have a kind of puppy special. And I'm going to be conducting some, incisive public opinion polls about dogs in workplaces and other things like that. Yes, ball pits are a germ farm. They're kind of okay when you have a small kid to, while away an hour or two, but kids weeing in there, oh God, that's disgusting. Actually, if you were a kid, it's a really good place to have a wee because it's totally disguised, isn't it? Yes, people used to throw balls at people. People used to throw people at balls. Let's Go for a Pint is here. It says, where do we sign up? Is Tin Snip Granton says an anagram of pints? Well, no further ado. There's no signing up required because we're going to bring on our guest. There we go. Let me see now. I'm going to bring you on as Let's Go for a Pint, if that's okay. I think Nina Pint might be playing an individual game, but let's see. We can always find out. Ellie says she can't wait to beat Barrie. Well, here we go. Here we go. Hey, how are you?
Hi.
Hello.
It's great. Yeah, great. It's great to meet you. Where are you guys based?
It's Glasgow, Scotland.
Oh, you are? Okay. Yeah. So was Dot making a reference to that when she said, do you ever pop to Scotland? I wasn't sure what she meant. I don't think we ever pop to Scotland. Yeah. Doesn't seem like the right verb to be using for me to pop to Scotland. I'm like, no. You're going up to Scotland.
Up to Scotland or down to England?
Yeah, you do.
I always
say over.
Yeah, I say over to England. I don't know why.
You don't know where you are.
and also, I'm going to call you Barrie and Nina, if that's all right. I've got people in the chat making, I don't know what to call, casting aspersions, or as someone used to say, casting nasturtiums about your tardiness. They said that I was on Let's Go for a Pint time because I was like 30 seconds late because I was chatting to you.
Yeah.
And they're saying, oh, Let's Go for a Pint's always late. This can't be true, surely.
Yeah. If you're a day late, that's pint time. Our time's about a day late.
No, it's not. Maybe a minute.
Or five.
Yeah. I'm going to start the show in a few minutes, start the questions in a few minutes, but I'll talk to you a bit about what you're doing with us on More. But I wanted to ask you, and also I think everyone watching would be interested to know how you started your streaming journey, whenever it was, where was it? Like most people kind of start on Twitch or they look at that. When did you start like streaming and broadcasting? Tell us how you started.
Well, we're coming up for.
Started Twitch first.
We started Twitch first. We're coming up to 1 year. I think it's 25th of this month. We'll be streaming a year.
Yeah, it is. Yeah.
Yeah, is that right?
1 year.
One year. So we started off in our living room with one camera balanced on our laptop and had it all hooked. So we had cables everywhere, trying to get the stream in to a wee laptop.
But we always had 2 TVs in the living room and 2 PlayStations. So we would game anyways. We thought, why don't we start streaming?
So since then, we've now moved into another wee room now. Wee stream room.
Yeah, it looks really cool. And
up here now.
so do you still like now have a pretty regular Twitch schedule? Like, are you on there kind of regularly enough?
Yeah.
We're not late.
If we're not late, yeah. We're on there probably about 4 times a week. We took this week off because our monitor decided to die on us. But we're on about 4 times a week, and then we're trying to get back. We were on
Like 9 o'clock.
Yeah, but 9 o'clock.
About 9 o'clock.
And then we try on more about 8 o'clock. But
yeah,
because of the time and everything, it's been a struggle to try and get the slot, the 8 o'clock slot. So
yeah, people like those slots. Yeah, there needs to be like a main room and like a sub room. So we could have 3 shows at 8 o'clock. I don't see, that should be a thing that we could have.
Start going that way, the busier it gets. So.
Yeah. That's what we're trying to do, because I says I don't mind if we're not on the main stage. Are we quite quiet?
a tiny bit quiet. Yeah, you are a tiny bit quiet.
Oh, maybe
I'm also in a slightly noisier place than usual, as you can hear as well.
See if that's any better.
That is better, yeah.
But yeah, no, we've been about a year we've been streaming for, and I think about 2-3 months into our streaming, that's when we got in contact with Joe, because it was all to do with we were setting up QuizKit to use QuizKit, and we never actually used QuizKit. We just didn't say anymore.
Yeah. We have found a lot of people through QuizKit, and if you're watching and don't know, QuizKit is our app that we have on Twitch that people can run their own quizzes, a bit like this, but for Twitch. Here's the thing, right? Let me ask you this. When you're thinking about your streams on Twitch, so if you say, for example, you might start at 9 o'clock, how long would they run for on average? Would they be an hour, 2 hours longer? How long do you think you run for on Twitch?
So about 3 hours usually, and then we do like a Friday stream, which is kind of like a party stream, and we do like games with everybody else, and that can run up to about 7-8 hours, just depends.
I always, because I'm not a streamer, I just do this, but I've worked with a lot of streamers. I always think about, it's not just the 3 hours, the 4 hours, the 7 hours. There's like preparation time as well, because you have to kind of think, what am I going to do? Now, I suppose it's somewhat easier if you're just like gaming and you can show a game and play along, and that can take a few hours, but you also want to mix it up. But I think like the streaming log, it requires kind of, you've got to show up. It requires resilience to making sure that you keep doing it. And you got this preparation time as well. So it's not just popping onto Twitch and saying hi. There's a lot more to it, I think.
Oh, no, there's not. Like, well, I'm constantly going over my head of things that I'm going to do, or planning stuff out in my head. And I've got a wee pad that I write things down and what we should try next, because we don't like...
get loads of new ideas of little games that you can play, because we're not really gamers.
Yeah.
We're not really good at a specific type of game.
Yeah.
We just enjoy playing games, so I think we go more down the fun route. So trying to get more interactive games to play.
So we end up more just chatting than anything. Probably funny scenes will tell you, we just end up going off in tangents and chatting away.
I can see a lot of comments about preparation and laughing. Yeah.
We do prep.
we prep somewhat.
Yeah. Okay.
As well.
Yeah. Let's start playing a game here. We all know why we're here. I always say to people, top 30 is like, what you're aiming for, badge of honor. 20 is good. Top 10 is amazing. I think in this new series we've had obviously last week we had Cyber Goddess, did really well, and actually came. No, it was Daniel Sobilski, 5 Minute Medievalist, came first, and then we had Cyber Goddess Nick on Tuesday, came 6th. What are you going to be pleased with today?
Not last.
Not last.
You're not going to be last. You're not going to be last.
We might.
Okay, so just to be clear for the audience watching, they're playing against the main Let's Go for a Pint account, yeah?
Yep.
Yes.
Yep. I've got it, yeah.
Nina, are you running a separate game on as well?
My phone's here, so I'll probably play along, but this is the main one.
That's the main one. Let's go for a pint. Okay, fine. Let's start. Okay, we'll do 5. We've got a few movies questions to begin with. We've got a couple of easy ones. I always put a couple of easy ones to start with, just so people, get their fingers ready like you're doing and giving them a bit of a shake there. And then we'll get a few kind of general knowledge trivia ones. If you've seen the format, you've seen how I'm doing it. Okay, here we go. Let's see if it all works. Okay. All right. So question 1. Keanu Reeves and Sandra Bullock, which 1994 film? I think most people, I mean, if anyone gets this wrong, I suppose there's always one or two get them wrong, isn't it? Let's have a look at that. I could have asked a more difficult question. I'm not even going to say if you got it right, because I know you got it right. 5 people went for Pulp Fiction. There you go.
You got it.
I tell you what, here's a question I could have asked, was that I don't think he appeared in Speed 2. What was the subtitle of Speed 2, and who was the male star of Speed 2?
Oh,
right, so the
Speed 2 is the one.
I had the poster for Speed 2. Was that was the one in the boat?
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh.
I don't remember the film except it crashing through that town at the end.
What was this? I could tell you the male star, but I've got the subtitles.
Yes, people in chat have it. Mella's got it. Cheeky baby. It was Speed 2 Cruise Control.
Cruise Control.
Oh.
Does anyone have the male actor? Now, this was a guy who, I think this is right. I'm not Googling this because I'll lose my tab. I've got too many tabs open. I think, Cheeky baby says it was someone with 3 first names. I thought it was Jason Patrick, who was a sort of like 90s name that kind of never went everywhere. Yeah, Mella says Jason someone, and Ellie says Jason Patrick. He was like not even the next big thing, but people thought he was going to be a star in the 90s, and he never went on. But anyway, Speed is correct. Next one you're going to get. Next one is another easy one. You're going to get this one as well. I've given you 2 easy ones to start with. I'm not even going to ask if you know them. So, next question. Borat and Ali G are characters played on screen by which comedian? Is it Paul Rudd? Is it Dom Joly? Or is it Sacha Baron Cohen? I found an extraordinary clip just popped up coincidentally, or maybe because I was writing this on my Twitter this morning, which was Sacha Baron Cohen at some awards ceremony going out and crowd surfing into the audience, and he's basically nearly naked. He's scissoring Eminem, right? Eminem is that. And it's like, it looks like the most uncomfortable, must have been like 15 years ago or something.
Yeah,
if you want to.
Is it not, it comes down in a wire?
Yes. Yeah. Maybe it might have been when he was doing like Bruno, that fashion thing. And he was like, he's dressed in one of these fashionable outfits. Yes, it was just absolutely unbelievable. Yes. Okay, next question. Slightly trickier. I think everyone will get this one. Oh, Sacha Baron Cohen says he's playing Mephisto in the MCU. Okay. They're getting slightly trickier. You should get this, but have a little look at it. Okay, question 3. Cameron Diaz found her breakthrough role in which Jim Carrey film? There's Something About Mary, The Mask, or Dumb and Dumber. Now I'm going to ask you what you went for. What did you go for?
The Mask.
Yeah.
The Mask.
Love that.
Yeah, it was The Mask. Another 1994 film. I reckon, I predict most people, over half will have got it, but 1 or 2 might have gone for Something About Mary. Let's see. Yes, look, actually, yeah, quite a lot of people went for Something About Mary. Percentages.
Something About Mary.
Yeah.
Yes, and it was 98. It was a good film, actually. It was pretty funny. We're going to a little bit more classic cinema now of the type. I think we've had a bit of a 90s run there in our first 3. This is definitely not 90s. Let's see what people think about this one. Sky Masterson and Nathan Detroit are characters in which musical film? Is it South Pacific, Guys and Dolls, or West Side Story? Barry, you seem pretty confident.
Yeah, I was in this show when I was younger.
Oh, really? Were you Guy Masterson or Nathan Detroit?
No, I was nobody. I was just ensemble. I used to do musical theatre growing up.
Yeah. Very good. Okay. One more, and we will look at the scores. The next one is a kind of strange confluence of tennis and the Oscars. So let's see. It's not about the slap or King Richard. It's about something else. It's which one of these tennis players was married to an Oscar winner? John McEnroe, Bjorn Borg, or Pete Sampras? Oh, he's shaking his head.
No.
This is a complete guess. What did you go with?
I don't know. I hit Pete Sampras.
Okay, well. One of it might be right.
I was guessing.
What did you go with, Nina? Would you go with Pete Sampras?
Yeah, that was a guess.
I went with Bjorn. So
well. 2 out of 3. I'm afraid neither of you was right. It was the Mac. He was married. So I guess you don't know who he was married to then.
Nope.
He was married to an actress called Tatum O'Neal, who was Ryan O'Neal's daughter. And she won an Oscar in 1973 for a film called Paper Moon, I think it's called, which is an absolutely brilliant father and son. She was in it with her dad. It's a brilliant film. I highly recommend it. It's just like one of those, yeah, you should try and watch that film. Everyone watch Paper Moon. It's great. Okay, let's have a look at the list. Let's have a look at these. I think you're doing well, but I think everyone else might be doing well as well. So let's see. Rebstein, Funky Fraser and Mella up the top there. Oh, you're doing well. You're in 8th. That's very good. That's not excellent. Bad. 8th is good, but it's going to get harder. But it's going to get harder for everyone. What is your? Can you remember either of you your best score to date? Your best position?
I've been in the top 3 once.
Oh, but I've won once. I've won one quiz once.
Which was that a can you beat quiz, or was that a more trivia quiz?
More trivia. That was just more trivia. I don't think I came anywhere close in the can you beat quizzes. No.
Well, you're doing pretty well here. Annie B refers back to the last question and says Paper Moon is a true treasure. Knowledge is power, explaining you what I think we call a backhanded compliment, saying Barrie is smarter than I thought. I'm not even sure that's a backhanded compliment.
No, that's just backhanded.
Funky Fraser says the one you won, nobody else was playing. That's not even a backhanded. That's just an insult. That's not a backhanded compliment. That's just an insult. Okay, we're going on to the second half now. They're going to get a bit harder. They're not going to be all funny 90s movies questions. Some of them might even be science. And here's the first one, kind of science, I suppose. Here we go. Which planet has 4 moons known as the Galilean moons? Saturn, Neptune, or Jupiter? I can tell you for a fact, I would be guessing. I don't know this one.
And I think you've both guessed the same.
Well, what did you guess?
Saturn.
Both get Saturn. I might have guessed Jupiter. It is the correct answer simply because it's bigger and therefore likely to have more moons. But there is a kind of method to answering them. Okay, next one. I know a lot of people aren't big on sport, and I don't normally ask a lot of sport questions, but I don't know it. It might be worth thinking about because you might have heard of this. In which sport would participants compete for the Solheim Cup? Is it sailing, golf, or baseball?
I think it's
Nina,
golf.
you're looking like you might be semi-confident. Are you?
I don't know. I put golf. I think it sounds like golf.
What'd you put, Barrie?
Sailing.
Nina, you are correct. It is golf, and it is the... most people have heard of the Ryder Cup, which is like the men's competition between the US and Europe, and the Solheim Cup is the women's equivalent of that. It's basically America v Europe in golf. The next one is going to catch people out. Back in the day when I ran HQ Trivia, I don't know if you ever watched that, but we used to have this thing called Savage Questions. And you had the likes of Sharon or Berek. Oh, that's a savage question because it caught people out. This is today's asterisk potential savage question. So have a look and see how you get on. Which organization was established by the Washington Treaty of 1949? The FBI, Interpol, or NATO? Now, I gave you all a clue by saying it's a potential savage question, because I think in my head that because it's called the Washington Treaty, most people will go for FBI. What did you go for?
Oh, no, I went for NATO.
NATO.
Oh, well, very good. Excellent, because you're correct. I'm delighted. Oh, well done. It's not a savage question. Say that again?
I said, I don't know what it stands for, but is it not some
treaty?
Treaty organization? I don't know.
It is the North Atlantic Treaty Organization, and we're all kind of part of it, supposedly, and like, you know, helping out places around the world, etc. Next one is flags. Some people like flags, some people don't like flags questions. I'm not a big flag question. This is hard. This is hard, but it's hard for everyone. Question 9. The flag of which Asian nation features a red circle on a green background? Thailand, Bangladesh, Sri Lanka.
Oh.
The only stuff I know about flags is whatever Sheldon Cooper says about flags.
Fun with flags.
Fun with flags.
So does E.G. Vickers. They say that Sheldon Vickers likes flag. Anime Dan confidently says Bangladesh, right? Ellie says, oh, this is easy. What did you go for?
Sri Lanka.
Oh, me too, Sri Lanka.
I had to guess.
Oh. Maybe we should be splitting these answers up.
Dr. Sheldon Cooper presents Dr. Sheldon Cooper's Fun with Flags, Ellie says. Okay, last question. I wonder if you're still going to be an 8th at the end of this. Now, the next one, we're going back to the first 5. It's not about films from the 90s, but it's about popular culture. You should have a good chance of getting this one. So here we go. Question 10, but just don't press too quickly. Just have a quick think about it. Hounds of Love and The Red Shoes are albums by which singer-songwriter? Katy Perry, Ariana Grande, Kate Bush. No trick questions here. Nina, what did you think it was?
Kate Bush? Yeah, I think
Barrie?
it's Kate Bush.
Yeah, I'm going with Kate Bush as well.
Yeah, it is Kate Bush. There we go.
I was very
answer. Well done.
Yeah.
Everyone got that right. She's in their playlist. Dot says, good, good, good. Okay. Cyber Goddess says, love these. I don't know who it means. Barrie presents Dr. Barrie's Pints Fun with Alcohol. So before we finish, I wanted to ask you 2 more questions before we finish. Oh, I've put in question 11. That looks like a blank question. Hang on. I've made an error here. So I might have to ask a blank question so I can... Let me see. Oh, yeah. Okay. There you go. I don't know if there's a right or wrong answer associated with this. This might be a completely 50-50. I don't know why I've done that. What was the right answer? Let's see. The reveal answer, it was, of course, that one. 23% of people, 23 people got it right. That's a random thing. Sorry about that, everyone. But hey, actually, that's a kind of fun random thing. Let me ask you this. Going back to your streaming, I wanted to ask you, do you have any tips for other people about getting involved, and also particularly about like how to like grow that audience? Because I can imagine like when it's very small, even growing it by 1 at a time and then 10 at a time, these are all key things. Do you have any like tips? I would say my tip would be like show up, like keep doing it. But what do you think is a tip?
I'm just going with but like we had a lot of help when we started, and we're still growing. We're still growing just now.
It's a community of people, so you start meeting people, and everyone's really friendly. So everyone wants to try and help you out, and you help them back.
So yeah, I would say be active on the platform, not just on and do your own streams. Be active, so Twitch, whatever platform you're on. Go and watch other people's streams, get involved with theirs, and the main thing is keep to a schedule. Which we do. We might be late, but
but you're turning up. yeah. People are saying the same. People
being late all the time. It's good to make a joke of it. Yeah. That's who we are.
Yeah, we're always late.
And it was very fitting that last question was blank, because that's something we would do.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, that's exactly. That's me as well. And tell us about on more, when might people, are you on today? Tell us, have you got a show scheduled, and what might people see in your next show on more, if you've thought about it?
We've got nothing scheduled at all this week. We've not even scheduled on Twitch because of the monitor, but we're now set back up. We got a new monitor yesterday, so hopefully
new shows that we're trying to work on.
We've got a new show we'll be working on for a bit. A couple of new shows we'll be working on for more. Tomorrow we might be able to jump on, depending on time, for Loose About Your House, which is just a fun game we play. So it's basically like a treasure hunt. So we do like a we'll call somebody up and we'll spin a wheel. It'll say something pink and fluffy. Go and find it. So they have to run about the house.
Okay, so you're using the randomizer thing for that.
I've not used the randomizer thing yet. I had my own wheel when we first started.
When you get it set up.
I don't even know how to use the randomizer wheel yet.
I think it's fairly straightforward, but I think you could use it for that purpose. You could put 3 things in there, like a fluffy thing or an edible thing or cheese or whatever. Yeah. Can you give us a sneak peek? Because I always like to leave our audience with some info they wouldn't have anywhere else. Give us a sneak peek, even if it's a hint as to what one of the new shows might be about.
So, what we're Monday, we're trying to do something for Monday, because we do Morbid Mondays, which is it's based about horror and stuff like that, because Nina plays horror games. So on More, we usually do like a kind of quiz on serial killers or horror movies, something along those lines. But we wanted to change it up.
So it's more of a game show rather than a quiz.
Yeah, so we wanted to have more of a game show. So our idea that we're working on now is like kind of whodunit, a murder mystery, but involving like everybody. So like everybody be involved in a murder. So it'll be basically bringing on. I don't like to give too much away because I'm still working out the ins and outs of it. But bringing on 3 people. This is a rough idea. Bringing on 3 people. One of them knows that they're the killer, and the other 2 don't. And then the audience get to ask them questions back and forth without actually coming out and saying it.
Yeah.
All right, I like it. So, I like it. I get it. So it's like Among Us meets Mafia meets murder mysteries, but real life and live. I think that's a really cool idea. Okay. Well, listen, before we look at the final scores, we're very grateful to have you on More. I know from what everyone's saying in the audience how much people love you streaming on the platform. So we're really pleased that you came today. Let's have a look at these final scores. No. Final scores, if I can do it properly. Sorry about the wrong question, everyone. Question 11. There you go. Funky Fraser is our winner today. Dav is second. Trivia is third. And if I go down, I'm still going down. Nina's there in 19th. Have I missed you? Oh, there you are. 32nd. Look, 32nd. It's still going on the leaderboard. It's still going to be there. 32nd it is. We will see you either tomorrow or Monday or next time you stream. Thanks everyone for joining in. It's no show tomorrow. We got a doggy canine special on Monday. We got a super exciting, world famous guest on Wednesday. Let's Barrie and Nina, aka Let's Go for a Pint. Thanks so much.
Thank you very much. See you soon.
Bye. All right, loved it. Bye.